During this video, I will demonstrate how to launch, complete, and submit a certification Section 0 application. This application is needed prior to completing step 2, which is the full version of the certification application. I will proceed to the organization's program profile for CDFI CERT. On this page, you will notice there are no applications. We have labeled the order in which to complete the applications. Step 1 being the Section 0 application, and that is what I will demonstrate now. The organization can come to their CDFI certification program profile and click on the Step 1 button. The application will launch in a new tab and be presented to the applicant. Now that the application is launched, there are a few items to take note of. The progress bar, the percent is currently 0, as well as the sections of the application, which are on the left side within the table of contents. First, application instructions, which provides some instructions to completing this application. And then we have our first section, which is obtaining determination of responsible financing practices, similar financial products, similar financial services, disregarded or included uses of major assets, staff time, targeted populations, and target market asset methodologies. Within this section, you will see 2 subsections. You do have the ability to see other subsections that are dependent on the way that you answer the 5 questions here in our first subsection. These are pick list questions. You will simply answer yes or no to these 5 questions. If you answer yes to any of them, you will then see the related subsections appear on the left within the table of contents. I have stated yes to OD1 and yes to OD3. And now we are able to see the OD1 and OD3 subsections are up here and are now able to be completed. Saving this subsection, you will get a green check mark next to the subsection heading to indicate that that subsection is marked complete. If you answer yes to any of these questions, your certification Section 0 application will be reviewed prior to being able to launch the full version of the certification application. Within OD1, you are able to see that you have the ability to add dynamically multiple rows to this particular question, which is, are you proposing a similar financial product or similar financial service? You will need to fill out the entire record and attach any supporting documentation prior to saving a record. For OD3, it is similar to OD1 with the ability to add multiple rows to this particular question. You can add multiple responses, fill in the questions, save, and add a new row to get a new blank set of questions for you to answer. OD3 is if someone would like to propose financial entity predominance. I'm going to proceed back to our first subsection and answer no to questions 1 and 3. You'll see that the subsections disappeared, as well as our green check. Once I save again, our green check reappears and the subsections are still not visible because we answered no to all of the questions. If I had nothing to propose, I do not have to do anything other than answer no to all of the 5 questions. And then I would proceed to the CDFI CERT proposals confirmation attestation subsection. Within this subsection, you are attesting that the information you provided or you've answered in OD 1 through 5 is accurate, and that's how you would like to submit your application. You would then check the box. If you had answered yes to one of the questions in the previous subsection, you will have those subsections appear as we did for OD 1 and 3 and answer and input the information for those. You would still come to the CDFI CERT proposals confirmation attestation subsection and still attest that those yeses and that information that you provided is accurate and true. And that is how you would like to submit your application. Again, I check the box. This section here is the CDFI proposals review status. This will be filled in, or response will be provided here once your application is reviewed, your proposals, if you made any. So if you stated yes to anything, then your application would be reviewed and approval status, approved, rejected, would appear in this grayed out box here. We've checked the box, we'll now save. We got another green check box as well. The next portion of the application will be the attestation and submission section. So if you are comfortable with the information that you have provided within your first subsection and any subsequent subsections that may have appeared, you'll proceed now to the final section, attestation and submission. Noting here that our progress bar is 100% complete. So we have completed what was shown and provided to us in the application. We will review the attestations and read all of this information. The authorized representative would need to attest. You're able to see here who is able to check these check boxes and attest. Now, at this point, we are able and ready to submit our application. You'll get a confirmation prompt here to make sure that you are ready to submit your application and you do not or will not have the ability to edit the application again. Are you sure you would like to submit? You'll get a message now saying, thank you for submitting your certification, Section 0, request for determination. You now can go back to the CDFI certification program profile to confirm the status of your application as submitted. Here's our Section 0 application, and it is submitted. Now, what will occur is if you submitted new proposals for consideration, the application will be reviewed. If there were yeses in any of the OD1 to OD5 responses. If you responded yes and receive approval, you will then be able to launch and proceed to step 2, which is the full CDFI certification. If you answer no to all of the 5 responses, you will immediately be able to proceed and launch step 2, apply for CDFI certification. This concludes the demonstration and submission of the certification Section 0 application.